All right. Final round, back nine coverage of the 6th annual Persimmon Ridge Retreat is going down right now. Big thanks to MVP for sponsoring this tournament. I'm Luke Humphries, joined in the booth by Mr. Tall Paul Oman. Are you ready to crown a champion?
I'm ready. Let's see who's got it.
Man, crazy, windy, gusty day out here. Anything can happen. This is really still very up in the air.
Yeah, this back nine loaded with birdies, very gettable.
Far from decided. We got 6 people within 4 strokes right now going into this back nine. Drew Gibson, he's played a little slow, but he could definitely pick it up. We said this was the scoreable 9. Starts with his 10th ball.
Yeah, short little par 3 here through the woods. Really throw anything at it, but you don't need much more than a mid-range.
It's the worst kind of hole. It's a must get, and it's nasty.
Yeah, get some dirty, dirty kicks here. Way into the woods, but pretty straightforward. Kind of want to leave it a little low and slide it up this hill, just like Luke Samson has done.
Not totally dead, but really good.
Yeah. He made sure to get it there.
And of course, when I say it's a nasty hole, I mean that in the best sense of the word. Wow, both of these guys hitting into the slope exactly how you want to do it, killing the speed, leaving it close. A little hot through the zone.
Pulled it just a bit.
And then the one flip up forehand. You'll probably catch me doing something like this if I played it. Ooh, oh no. I mean, you go forehand so you can hit that gap, giving you the better chance, staying looking at your target the whole time, but that one was definitely errant.
Do you recall what Andy did the last 2 days here? Almost feel like that forehand might not have worked out yesterday.
I feel like he threw it into that tree, kicked to like 50, and he made a putt.
You're probably right.
Oh, no. Well, not the worst. Kind of circle back around.
Still got a little work.
Now this is Andy's 3rd already?
This is his 3rd.
Awkward one at that.
Drew's parked.
Grabbing another little 2-stroke swinger. He got one on 8.
Yeah.
This is going to get real tight.
Great stroke from Paul.
Man, it's looked really good. All right, Andy, this is a big bogey putt right here. You'd hate to give 3 away. He's been so rock solid all week on those exact putts. Minimizing damage, making sure he doesn't make that single a double. Just like that, he's going to give 3 to Drew. 3 to Samson. If he can hit that, yep. Man, this thing just became a match.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Here we go.
Just like that, tie game. Like we saw on that little recap, Raven Newsom coming, Big Germ coming. We got this chase card shooting some fire. This right here is an opportunity to get 2 strokes back. We saw a couple eagles on it yesterday. It's definitely eagleable, excuse me. 827. It's a placement shot though off the tee to set up that big hyzer over OB, Paul.
Oh, yeah. I thought the wind was playing nice for this tee shot today.
Whoa. Overturned out of the hand. Gotta get up. Oh no. It stops on the sidewalk. So unlucky.
He made a move left to right there, too. That
He
was
really
gonna be
did.
way up there.
You're right. He's going to a drop zone now, though. Looks like Drew's going to that T-bird he threw on 1. Oh,
That's
that's
how you do it.
perfect again.
Really dragging that thing to the right.
I don't know if you could drop that disc in a better spot.
Yeah, staying close to that cart path is key, too.
Paul skipping into that forced birdie play, low ceiling center gap.
Really want to keep this disc on that Anheuser angle.
Whoa, Andy, that one was way left out of his hand. Not really Anheisering either. Almost hits the spotter. Lucky to stay up and out.
Yeah, looks like he might have a swing.
Kind of drops down.
Just give himself an opportunity for a birdie.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Skipping inbounds?
It's in
Okay.
all that fairway.
Wow.
I like that, though. That left side's wide open into the green.
It is. Nothing to deal with. That's a good shot from Andy. Manageable from there.
Yeah.
All right, Paul's going to take on that center gap with this forehand. Oh, it's low. Lands right there by the short pad.
Did he catch that that bench there?
Or
the short pad?
Or the tee pad. One of them. It's hard to tell. There's some large rocks in that area, too. Okay. Germ going back to that Halo champ boss. He nearly just threw that in.
That was Drew.
Drew, what'd I say? Germ?
I said Germ.
Well, that's the big Germ boss that was given to him by Germ. That's Drew, obviously. Throwing the monster Spikeiser.
That was gorgeous. Oh, flashing and finding the OB.
A little frustration. That was a monster skip.
Monster.
Right after Drew got a monster skip. This green is fast.
A lot of rocks up there right before the basket. Might have caught something funky.
Nicely done from Paul Krans. Flexing that shot in there, taking all the spin off. Drops dead right next to the bucket. Easy birdie. Samson trying to get him one of those. On the easier side, but work to be done.
Yeah.
Now for an eagle. This would vault him up there.
Especially after that OB from Marwede. Oh. Windy putt.
Yeah,
Try not to get too spinny with it.
Yeah.
Little timid, maybe. Those are tricky putts.
It's a par putt now. Ripping head left to right. Confident stroke. Big par. After giving up 3 last hole, knowing that Drew's got this birdie putt right here.
I feel like this par 5 kind of makes up for that long par 4 we played earlier.
Hole 8.
The birdie is right there for the taking.
We didn't really see anybody do it on the coverage, but there are times when people go right OB, move up 10 feet, and do it a couple times more.
Oh, I can see it. And that left side sneaks up, that OB over there as well. Luke found that rock, but if that wasn't there, might have skipped out of bounds.
There we go. Saves the par with that out-of-bounds drive.
Right.
Paul making easy work. Oh, we got a little check-in right here with Jeremy Colling and Raven Newsom. Both those scores showing they're already at 18 and 17.
Couple holes ahead of the lead card here, but
yeah, it's a windy green right here, hole 14. Pretty exposed. This is a bit of a death putt. Doesn't catch anything. Guaranteed he's got to come back after that one.
When the cameras show up, the pressure's on.
It's real, man. I'm sure he knew at that point, whether he looked at scores or not, that he was in contention.
Yeah.
Head into hole 12. Pretty manageable par 4 if you stay away from that OB left cart path and the really nasty trees right. Plenty of room to land this thing however you want. We saw Drew go huge yesterday.
I love this backhand play. You can get way up there. Definitely brings the OB into play, but yeah,
It's hard to tell.
Didn't go straight into it, but definitely less than ideal.
Okay, flip back to 14. Germ's birdie putt, cash. So he jumps to 18. We know that Raven's got a comebacker for his par that might be tricky.
Yeah. Germ riding some momentum here in the back.
Paul's this one coming back? Oh, yeah. Beautiful shot from him. That's exactly what you want to do. You don't need too much.
He hasn't been throwing a lot of forehands, but that was pretty juicy.
Okay. Windy little comebacker for his par. Oh, and high chains again, just denied.
Still got some birdies coming up.
Yeah, I mean,
Hold tight.
He was at 18, so he's at 17 now. Still a stroke clear of Drew and 2 clear of Marwede.
Yeah.
He's 3 holes ahead, though.
This is a little high.
Hit house.
Yeah. Paul put a nice move on his. You really got to get just a little turnover angle on this to ensure that you're not going to skip or air into that right side.
Also like a lower shot.
Yeah.
You know, this height.
Textbook.
Yep. Right there by Paul. All right, jumping over to Big German Raven. They are on hole 15. Great par 4 right here. Germ's going forehand. Man, that's a confident dude right there.
Look at that thing flatten out.
He knows he can put himself in a position to throw one more of those. If it's accurately done, it should be an easy birdie.
Definitely.
Lots of OB around 15's green, though. Heard the players talking about it. It was definitely close. Inside the circle and downhill, so...
Yeah, that right side, like I said yesterday, comes out of nowhere, too.
Yeah, you really got to pay attention on that green.
Raven back on 15.
A little overturned, but should be fine.
Yeah. Inbounds. Stay on that right side, that hill. A little higher over there.
All right, jump back to 12. Approach for Mr. Samson. This is like a mid-range putter type shot. You want it to finish really straight. That's just early out of his hand. Maybe 40 left of intended.
Yeah. Probably trying to play a little wind there and not let it dump over to the right and just give it a little more hyzer angle than it needed. Probably tightens up on the basket here.
Oh, big time.
It's a tricky upshot.
Paul's trying to swing it just in front of the trees at the base of that big brown one in the background. And he pushes it a little far. We saw Germ get away with it yesterday.
Some putts from there.
We'll see if he has anything. Andy wants to sneak it just right of where Paul did. Oh, but whoa, this is way off target. I mean, catch cam still no idea where that one landed. So that was 50, 60 left of the basket in the stuff.
Could be tricky.
Oh, and Drew. Wow. Luckily, bounces out of that stuff.
Good kick.
You don't want to hang out in that right rough too long. Germ going fairway approach, and that looked really good. Seemed like it was landing soft.
Waiting for the spotter patiently.
All right, now Drew for bird. You can't really run this. I mean, he did a little.
Yeah. He knows he needs to keep that close. He's in contention right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plenty of holes to play.
And Andy with, like, really nothing.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't need to run that, make any trouble for himself.
Samson just slightly more than nothing. Paul looks like he's got a window. He's standing up. Doesn't seem awkward. Just needed to keep it high, which isn't really his style. That's like a Matty O putt perfectly. Like,
Right.
Matty doesn't even need to change his style to hit that putt. All right, I'm guessing this is a bird look from Raven. Okay, so he ends up with a par. And now Germ can take the lead in this group, go up by 2.
Tasty upshot to put himself well inside the circle and cashes in for the bird.
Yeah, these guys have to know that the cameras are on him for a reason. Germ now knows that he's up on Raven. So if the math is right, he's starting to think that he's got this thing maybe. Or he's at least got a chance. Didn't look like that rolled too far.
Oh, but his first
Oh,
putt
gross,
really
it
put him
did.
back in
Oh,
those
my
woods.
gosh.
Here we go.
Fantastic little putt there for the bogey. Frustrating, I'm sure. This is the type of green, type of basket. We didn't see anybody do this. Play short right, 15, 20 feet, and just hit the easy putt.
Yeah.
Everybody was taking on those trees, trying to get that park job. Ends up costing them. Nobody carding a birdie here on the pretty simple hole 12. Letting that chase card really catch up. So let's jump to Germ on 16. Looks like he's going giant spike hyzer here. Oh, no, he's not. I like this. This is the golf shot. Oh. Yeah, I think that's what you had to do today. It was more than a mid-range, so you were probably getting a skip.
Yeah.
Just had to give yourself a circle's edge or something around there. Just as I say that, that looks to be a mid-range. Flying like one.
Didn't see a big flare skip. Had good pace to it.
Yeah, that looked really nice.
Looks like both those guys are going to be putting for birdie.
We'll get back to that action as we jump to lead card hole 13. Fantastic hole here. You've got a forehand gap. You've got a backhand gap. They're both fair but tricky.
Very, yeah. Low ceiling. Definitely on the right side. Just play a low beamer and just slide it up there.
Drew going back to that T-bird. Nick's something kind of going to be behind that tree again. He's just barely been behind some trees these last few holes, and it's making all the difference. Just missing that single tree. Andy. Not dead yet.
No.
Showing he's got some life left in him. He's going to have to make some moves, though. He's multiple strokes back now at this point. These need to be birdies if he wants to take this thing home.
Yeah. It's time to find the gas pedal. Staying
Go
up.
in. Oh, my.
Great shot from Samson.
Yeah, that's so good. Kept the height nice through that gap right there. Okay, so it was probably a mid-range. And that's why he's a little short here.
He knew the stroke was good. Just a little cheeky play from the wind, dropping it.
Wow. All right, Paul, after connecting with that big tree, pitching up first his par. I like this action. Big thanks to GK Pro for dropping the camera back and making sure that we didn't miss anything. Oh, Drew. Woohoo. Just a little wrist flick, Anheuser.
Big putt for Marwede.
Come on, Andy. Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Nicely done. Okay, cut to Germ's putt. That looks to be just at circle's edge. Are you serious?
A marksman.
What a spin, man. No wobble, confident look at it.
He knows how big that was.
I feel like he's following through nicely on those putts, too.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Samson. I mean, there's a top 5 in here. An A-tier top 5 at, call it a Silver Series A-tier, whatever this is. It's not your average A-tier.
Not at all.
So Andy gets one back on the guys. So we see Raven tapping in for that par, which means he's now 3 behind Germ. Man, crazy. These guys are going to need to step on the gas, man. Start getting some of these birdies. Starting
to start.
right here. Tell us about it. What do they need to do?
Par 3, 379. I feel like...
Oh,
we're going back to Germ.
Okay,
17. Action's hot.
this is a raised basket here on 17. Sketchy green. Germ's going to be on the right side of it.
Got those sandy batches right in front of the basket. They can kind of catch and slow you up if you got the right angle.
I'm guessing he's like 10 feet below the surface on like an 8-foot raised basket. So it's just going to be an awkward headwinder up the hill.
A lot of guys leaning on this forehand here. Andy playing it high and just well inside the circle. Beautiful shot.
All right. Mistakes could be made on Germ's part, so important shots from Raven. Going back to that exact same disc he just threw on the hole before. Looked pretty good. Asking for crowd reactions. Samson going mid-range. Possibly even putter. He throws his low-speed discs so far. I said
Off a putt, long look,
Yeah.
tricky basket placement.
37 feet. That's the exact putt we just saw Raven airball and miss the comeback wrong.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
I like this play here. Keep it low. Got a little air under it.
Yeah.
Similar look to Luke.
Sketchy one right there. Krans going to show us that forehand. Oh, this one really just got turned over. And that ends up in the sketchiest of positions.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Raven wants no part of it. I'm sure he's checking scores at this point. So he's got to know he's 3 behind Germ. They're playing chess over here.
Both of the boys know. I think that layup for Germ was pretty good, but if Raven wants to win, he's got to take
Oh my
Wow.
gosh,
We
dude. That's a
are.
putt you should not run. This was not a wise idea.
But
And that's why we love it.
well executed. Sometimes that fire comes out. Paul's got that dog in him.
Basket looking big. Oh, Samson, not to be big putted. Drops
These
a
guys.
dime in there, too. I almost feel like the wind's a little down from the green that Raven and Germ experienced.
Well, our knees were knocking when we were talking about these putts, and these guys are making it look like
Look at
White's neck.
that flag has nothing on it. Just barely moving back and forth.
Good pop from Drew.
Wow.
Okay.
Andy thought he might get one. Not here, man. Just like that all-star frame. And they definitely experienced a lull in the wind on that green. And it makes a difference. It picked up immediately. All right, Big Germ. You got to think if he could post a 21, that it might be good enough.
Yeah, we talk about these birdies down the stretch, but there's also some trouble lurking, so...
Yeah, this hole played 1.418, played 1.4 strokes over par yesterday. But today it's a completely different wind, a tailwind, making it so much easier. Still daunting, still OB the whole time, but at least the distance isn't the big issue.
Yeah. I mean, the lead card's got some tricky tee shots coming up, some tough green placements. Like, it's...
Talk about tricky tee shots right here. Unless you're playing that easy forehand, which sets up a longer second, you're going with the backhand, and you're risking that OB left.
Yeah.
any OB going to the drop zone on this one. Very penalizing, almost impossible to get up and down. Adam Hammies did it yesterday, but it's a 410 forehand and a nice putt. I like this play, but that is very short.
Wow.
That's going to be 395 feet to the bucket, uphill blind.
Yeah. Headwind was ripping today.
That came out right.
Gotta stay down.
Oh, there it is. Ooh, I think that went out of bounds.
A little high on the hill there.
Oh, he's safe, but dude, that's not a good spot to
Pinched?
be. Oh,
Yeah.
totally pinched.
Saved the par, though.
Drew through this one past the tree.
This is looking like trouble.
It is, man.
Oh.
Safe. Just digs it into the hill.
The thing was hyzer, but
Okay, here we
it's the
go.
green flag.
This is kind of looking like a layup. He had that uphill run up drastically at the moment when he'd have to be releasing the disc, and for that reason, it looks like he just didn't want to take on that green.
Tricky. Looks like he's just trying to secure his place here. Not getting too aggressive at the end. He knows Germ's a couple of strokes ahead of him, so he's just trying to finish strong. Stick to his game plan.
Yeah, let's look at this, man. What are we? Probably about 400.
This is
Wouldn't
how
be
you-
any less.
This is how you win right here.
Going for it.
Absolutely.
Boom. Plenty of turnover. This thing is stable. Look at it fight back. Parked it. Oh, no, though. Oh, no, though.
Jumps the wall.
Devastating, man. From park job to OB, needing to hit a putt now for your par.
Didn't even look like he really like smashed that wall. It just kind of like came on the backside, had a funky little angle, and just slow rolled over the wall.
Man, it felt like a fairy tale for a second. It just turned into a nightmare.
But he gets all of the distance. A lot of guys are going out of bounds to the right and stuff, going out of bounds short. He is on the other side of the lake. He's got a putt for par, like you said. That's a win. Monster masher forehand for Andy. Like you said, he was a little short off the tee, and
Yeah.
it's going to leave him a little short on the upshot. Long look.
Probably 20 feet further up, so still a very full shot here.
Ooh, low beamer, though. I like this one.
Wow. Really well done. 20 feet now for Paul Krans.
Very direct. Kept that thing flat.
You can go around this tree. I've never been this close to the OB line, but look at what he can access. It's wide open if he straddles out. No,
Settle
that's
for him.
Oh, chill.
Don't do it.
Stays in bounds.
Oof, fortunate. Whoa.
Oh, brutal. That is brutal.
Say it ain't so.
All right, Drew now. Seemed kind of fortunate to end up where he did.
Saddle.
Oh, gotta sit.
Circle's edge inbounds.
In bounds. Okay. Germ unfortunately won't be the only competitor to birdie this hole all 3 days. This will be for his par, but will post 20. Leader in the clubhouse if he makes this.
What a putt, man. That birdie meant
Clutch.
so much to him, and to see that roll away was just, he was gutted.
He really was. He stood there for 20 seconds probably. I saw it live. It was
And that could have been, 2 strokes, 3 strokes.
Yep. Okay, Samson. Holding on. So he'll have that for his bogey. And Marwede needs this. And the next one. And the next one. Oh. Oh,
Does
and
not
we're
need
watching
that.
chances dwindle away right there. Completely rolled out of bounds. Drew now. Also in a position where he really just needs to birdie out.
No.
Crazy. Those seem like not necessarily bad putts, but bad wind reads. Both of those guys just lofting it over the basket.
Yeah.
Chalk that up to Persimmon.
This green is tight.
Just being swirly. Yeah, throwing up some grass right there. Showing frustration with the consistency of the wind while he's on that green.
Disbelief.
All right.
Massive birdie from Paul.
Crazy. Both of those guys bogey in a moment when they need birdie the most. And they're sitting in positions where they've been hitting birdies the entire week.
Yeah.
Marwede from 45, 46. Like, that's where he's been cash at. And then Drew from Circle's Edge. He's been making his money right there.
Here we are.
All right. These guys need to do something special now. They're at 16. Germ's at 20. And there's only 3 holes left to go. So
The math don't add up.
I don't know. How do you ace this one? If you had to ace this one, what are you doing?
I think it's a skip.
Play something just inside that tree?
Yeah.
A little over the sidewalk?
Today was tricky. Mean wind.
Oh, Paul. Stay high.
He's got a good angle on it. Oh my goodness.
That was so right. Straight out of the hand.
It was. It looked like he had the height on it. That wind was just not letting him come back left today.
That tree's brutal, too.
That's why we saw Germ go low and direct. Here's
Yeah, we did.
Marwede.
Yeah, you watch these shots now and think about how good that beeline was from Germ.
Yeah. He didn't even mess with the OB.
Samson going lower speed, getting it to flip up and glide a little bit. Oh,
What a
my
shot.
goodness.
He's camping like 100 feet away from that basket, so I mean, he knows
He really
he
is.
knows this hole.
That's the one he was practicing on. Won't need any putting there. This is how you do it, wouldn't it be? You just throw that a little further and hope that it skipped up in there.
Gotta find that flat angle. You really don't want too much of a nose up angle.
All right, so-
and skipping away from the basket.
Marwede's got minimum 50. Drew's about 45. And there's no other option. If they want to win, they got to make those putts.
Little meat on the bone for Paul still.
Dude, this is probably
This is
more
big.
like 55.
Ripping headwind.
Ugh. Like percentage chance 8. There's nothing around the green it could have hit. It literally picked up and moved left that quick. There's no
Wow.
branches around that basket. It almost looked like it nicked something and just...
Threw it like a dinner plate.
Oh my gosh. And they're like 15 minutes removed from having dead calm putts on 14.
Wild.
And all of a sudden this left to right ripper.
Look where his disc got to.
Oh, that was a good bid. That's where his putt went?
How did the disc get over there?
Oh, look at that. Look at that flag now. Wind.
Wow. What a stretch of holes. I don't know if these guys caught wind of what was happening on this other card, but
I mean, you'd have to think that they did.
yeah.
With the roars.
Oh, yeah.
We actually have really bad cell service at this place, though, so
Nobody knows.
There is a chance that literally didn't know. You know, Matty O, when he won Maple Hill last year, one of the reasons he didn't stop birdieing was that he didn't know what he was at or what the scores were. And sometimes it's a better position to be in. You just play the hole the best you can, get the birdie right in front of you.
Never not birdie.
Yeah, it's tough when the roars are echoing out across the whole valley, though.
Try to get you some roars.
Whoa, gotta sit.
Oh.
It landed past the basket.
It's very common. You clear that hill, it's extremely out of bounds.
Yeah.
That's an instant bogey unless you catch metal and roll back, and then it's an instant 7. Oh, no. Oh. Wow,
yes. How to find that little patch of grass on the right side of the sand. Kind of slide it up there.
Yeah, if your first contact with the ground can be that sand, it'll definitely deaden the hill.
Come on now.
Wow, just those 50-50 rolls not going Marwede's way today.
Yep. Just peels off on him.
Almost stopped at 17. Oh, it's a beautiful shot.
Wow. That's how you throw the backhand.
Man, this is a hard putt to run. It's like throwing it into a 3-story building. Oh.
Come on.
Okay, it's sat. It's right there. What a bid. Standstill.
Yeah. Luke puts a lot of time in.
Wow, that sits. Thank goodness. If he'd gotten 2 nasty rolls in one hole,
Bid.
just feel bad for the guy. Good bogey putt. Now we got a little birdie putt for Drew. I mean, he's fighting for podium at this point. And I believe he's, what is he, tied with
Raven?
Raven?
One hole to go.
Yeah. Downwind, 860 is nothing for Drew. I'm expecting him to absolutely toast one off this tee.
This, the wind was just set up perfect for this one.
This is one of the best finishing holes I know of. If you guys know of a better finishing hole, let me know in the comments. I'm going to read the comments. I want to hear your best finishing hole, because mine right now is this one. Oh, he annies it at the lake. Good grief.
Scorched it.
What?
Almost been high.
He's like, man, I with the... What? It's the furthest drive I've ever seen on that hole. Letting out a little bit of frustration, I'm sure. It's like, all right, Paul hits it good, gets it flat.
Dude, I love these angles these guys are committing to.
And, like, that's probably 140 feet shorter. I mean, Drew just has the ability to reach out and get places most others don't. Makes holes so easy, and this is not going to get back.
Not going to get back. It just got beat down.
Man, both of the first 2 guys did a good job of either throwing really stable discs or just, like, not getting it too flat.
Yeah.
You know, understable, flat will drop in that tailwind. Samson's showing off a little bit.
The Duke of Mundelein getting a hold of one.
I like that nickname.
It's one of my favorites.
Okay, Andy moving up maybe 60 feet. Getting a nice pull on this one. Landing somewhere around Luke's drive, I believe.
Yeah.
Is Paul going for this? This would be a really big second shot. Be aggressive, too, if he is. Get left. No, didn't.
Just going to move up about 50, 60 feet. That OB line. I like this forehand approach. That crosswind.
Dude, he rifled that thing in there, one angle.
Yeah.
He throws hard, man. He's a big boy.
How can you not? Andy looking to do the same thing here.
Gotta get up. No, makes contact with the OB line. Stays back. So he and Paul Krans both just going to be, okay, Andy just throwing from the exact same spot there. Making the adjustment, too.
It's a bit higher, a bit harder.
Not Andy's day, but, man, he put on a show those first 2 days, and
Yeah.
what a competitor.
Looking forward to seeing some more of that this year. Finally getting to Drew's drive here.
It's so far up here. Wow. Stable putter. All that's required. Dude, that's the easiest upshot I've ever seen on that hole.
Yeah.
Maybe ever been thrown on that hole. Great birdie from Drew.
Put him up into second place.
Yeah, breaks that tie with Raven. Newsom grabs that solo second.
Good birdie from Luke. Good showing this weekend.
Yeah, it really was. Fought his way on the lead card. Displaying his skills here on GK Pro. And for those of us that really didn't know a ton about Paul Krans, man, we got our eyes open to a young talent with a ton of game.
Ton of game.
Look forward to seeing what he does with his career, man. Drew Gibson, just that blemish on 15. You know, he had the birdie putt there. Crazy to think if he had birdied that hole, hit that putt, we would have been going into a playoff.
Wild. Anything can happen out here, man. Jerm just kept pushing forward.
That's what you got to do, man. Keep your head down and get those birdies.
Hot round of the day. Get your dub.
Yeah, 8 under par, bogey free. Hit that putt on 18 to make sure it stayed that way. Hats off to Big Germ. 38 years old. Hasn't won an A tier in 6 years. His last A tier was at Waco in 2018.
This is an 8 tier here, too. This field is stacked.
Big time. Gives me goosebumps to say it. You're champion of the 6th annual Persimmon Ridge Retreat. Jeremy Big Germ Coling. Couldn't happen to a better guy.
Cheers, buddy.
Thank you guys for watching. This was a crazy tournament to be with you guys for. We appreciate y'all being here with us for it. For all Paul Oman, I'm Luke Humphries. We'll catch you next time on GK Pro.